Welcome everybody, I'm Gold Leader, I'm joined by Patronus, and we're here for a Marvel stream. Taking a break from Ultron. The new Hulk pack just reached the US local game store, so on the way home, I picked up the Hulk pack, and then I'm actually in the process of just sleeving up the print-to-play Ronin encounter set that FFG dropped on us, so I thought, let's use both.
Why not?
So we are going to pair up Hulk with his cousin She-Hulk. And we'll see how this goes. I've actually not played Hulk at all. I looked at all the spoilers, but I don't have to spend a lot of time like deck building before I actually own cards. And I think the biggest reason for that is I'm kind of old school, and I come from a 25-year plus Magic background, and I still just don't adjust to deck builders well. Like, I am just one of those people. You just like
having the cards?
Yes, I like having the physical cards and building the decks with the cards I have. Mm-hmm. So I just, even when I was building decks for every stream, I usually don't go into a deck builder, and I know it's weird, but I guess old habits die hard. So I built us a Hulk deck. No clue if it's any good.
We'll find out.
And I'm just curious if the stream thinks what villain we should go against. I don't know how strong this Ronin deck is. It could be pretty powerful. It could make things pretty difficult. I don't know how good Hulk is. I'm thinking maybe we just try it out with an expert mode Rhino and see how that goes.
I think that seems fine. That's what I've got ready to go here, so I think we can give that a whirl.
Okay, so we'll just get that set up. It takes 2 seconds for us. So expert Rhino. So we don't need number 1. And I apologize that we're not set up when we started, but we'll be set up very quickly.
All right, and Rhino.
So we're playing. I got the advanced.
I've
got the expert cards. We're gonna shuffle these, and I assume I didn't see any instructions with the what they call them, the Ronan modular set.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's just an encounter set.
I would think so. It seems odd that they called it a modular set and not an encounter set, but who knows?
I don't know if it's because some of the cards there are tougher.
Maybe.
And maybe that's a new design. If you want to get his health going.
Yeah, I need those things too, please.
Sure. Alright, so I'm shuffling up the encounter deck here. Patronus is just going to set up the villain. So as far as decks go, I did build decks, and that's what I was doing since I got home. And I figured I could throw the decks on stream while she's working on that. So for the Bruce Banner deck, I just tried to go ham and stick with as many possible fist resources to go with the deck.
Might as well.
So
seems like that's what he wants.
I'm one of those people too that really needs to often just play to figure things out. Mm-hmm. So there's Hulk. His alter ego side. I know everyone's probably already seen it. So I'm not going to really go over the Hulk cards too much, except in case there's some new people on stream. So you got 2 copies of his triple fist resource, physical resource.
Yeah, those are triple fist down here. I know they're hard to see because we are fading out the reddish colors.
And then we have 1 copy of Boundless Rage, 2 copies of Crushing Blow, 1 copy of Banner's Laboratory, 2 copies of Unstoppable Force, 2 copies of Suborbital Leap, 2 copies of Thunderclap, and then 2 copies of Hulk Smash, and 1 copy of Immovable Object. So if you haven't seen the deck before, this is your first time viewing. I know we had some people from our Star Wars TCG stream who haven't seen a lot of this, don't know what the game is. That's why I wanted to show these cards. And then I'll show you the deck that I built. And again, it might not be the best, but I'm going to figure it out. So starting with Aggression for Hulk, 2 copies of Power of Aggression, 2 copies of Counterattack, 1 copy of Jamjorn, 2 copies of Relentless Assault, 2 copies of Combat Training, 2 copies of Martial Prowess, which is a new card, 3 copies of Dropkick, it's also a new card, a new ally, Brawn, and then Valkyrie. So I tried to play as many physical resources as possible in the aggression deck. And then for the basic cards, I still ran 1 copy of Energy, 1 copy of Genius, and 1 copy of Strength, 1 copy of Downtime, 2 copies of Enhanced Physique, 1 copy of Mockingbird, 1 copy of Helicarrier, and 1 copy of Avengers Mansion. Patronus has never seen any of the Hulk cards.
I have not.
She's actually going to play the Hulk deck. Or did you grab the other deck?
I grabbed the villain deck.
You can play the Hulk deck.
Oh, that's fine.
And
where was his obligation?
His obligations right here.
Perfect.
We can throw that on stream as well. So his obligation's a little different. It forces you to flip, you don't have a choice, and then it forces you to take an ability. You can't remove this card from the deck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's permanent. Which makes sense for the title of the card, Inner Demons.
Yeah, for sure. So I decided to be a little more thematic and pair Hulk with She-Hulk. We are going with Justice. 2 copies of... Well, I guess, again, I got some new people in the stream, so I'm going to go through the She-Hulk cards real quick, so if you don't mind bearing with me, I'm just going to sort this in a second here. Alright. So, we'll, She-Hulk deck. We got 2 copies of Ground Stomp. Sorry. 1 copy of Split Personality. It's one of our best cards. 2 copies of Legal Practice. 2 copies of Supernatural Strength. 3 copies of 1-2 Punch. 2 copies of Focused Rage. 1 Gamma Slam. 1 Superhuman Law Division. 1 Hellcat. So that's the She-Hulk deck. For her Justice pairing, we're going with 2 copies. Power of Justice. 2 Greater Responsibility. It's a card I don't get to use too often. 1 Interrogation Room. 3 For Justice. 1 Under Surveillance. 1 Counterintelligence. 1 Quake. 2 copies of a new card, Beat Cop. This card seems really good.
Really good.
1 copy of Jessica Jones. 1 copy of Agent Coulson. And for basics, 1 Genius, 1 Strength, 1 Energy, 1 Downtime, 2 copies of Enhanced Awareness, 1 Mockingbird, 1 Helicarrier, 1 Nick Fury, 1 Avengers Mansion. So, we're just going to shuffle up and see how this goes. I do enjoy playing She-Hulk. I know she's not the strongest, one of the strongest characters anymore, but I like her. She has an interesting, like, you kind of have to think about how you want to use her.
Yeah.
Flipping back and forth and managing that small hand size, it's a little challenging. Plus, I just thought it'd be fun to be
hulked out
on both character sides. My best friend is like the biggest Hulk fan ever.
It's true.
So I cannot wait for him to come over and get a chance to play with Hulk. I think he's going to be happy. Hulk just does what he does, it seems like. Smash
things.
I know some people are down on him because he's a very linear hero, but I think Hulk always, because Hulk is so powerful and he does his one thing so well, he's often very hard to represent in any medium, whether it's a board game or a movie or a video game. It's just difficult.
It's true.
So I think what you're going to have to do, since you've never played with Hulk, I think you're going to have to almost play him a little bit like Tony Stark, where you're going to need to flip for hand size and definitely use that filter. And you basically want to get all the upgrades out that help him reduce the cost of things.
Okay.
So I put those enhanced physiques in there. There is the new red aggression card that you can exhaust to get a fist for event. Which events are the probably the most populous card in your deck. So I don't know how it's going to work. It might be a terrible deck.
We'll find out.
But we both have a ridiculous amount of health. So I have 15 and you have 18.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
All right, and setup. We need breaking and taken.
Oh, that's true. We do need that, don't we? I think that's the only thing we need.
I think so. Search the encounter deck for breaking and taken.
Check the other side of his scheme as well.
And then the other side of the thing is just flip this over. Advance to stage 1B. So, yep, that's it. So right off the bat, we're just starting with a little threat. And we'll see how hard this is. You want to go first? We don't have a...
yeah, that's fine.
We don't have a leadership player, so
yeah, that's fine.
I think it doesn't really matter.
So the question is... We do... So I think it'd be nice to get a mansion on the first turn.
I would almost just do that. Pitch all those cards to play the mansion.
Well, I only need 3 because I have a double.
Right.
So if I pitch these...
Or you could hold on to the other Hulk upgrade cards since you only have 1.
This is a one of?
It's a one of.
Only problem is if I flip over, I have to discard it.
Right. Which I don't...
So I guess the question is, am I staying on this side another turn?
I think it's fine. He only goes up 1 threat.
Okay.
You could also do this. You could also filter before you play anything.
I guess that's true.
His ability is to draw a card and then discard a card.
Yeah, that's true. So we'll draw one. We drew Yarnborn.
Well,
so I guess I could just play everything then instead.
Yeah, that seems like Yarnborn is very good for him.
So we flip. We do energy and 2 cards for a mansion. We mansion to draw a card to play.
Okay.
Yarnborn. I think it's probably.
We don't know. We haven't
No
played.
idea. No idea.
But you can Hulk smash.
You mean just attack? Yeah.
Yeah.
I can just attack.
Out for 3. Alright. I think I shuffled this sufficiently. What do I get? 6 cards? Does he start with 5 cards or 6 cards?
Who?
Hulk.
5.
5. Alright. My hand seems to be okay. Yeah, I think my hand's fine, actually. It's not super great, but I do have a way. I can discard a lot of these cards that aren't going to do anything this turn to just get rid of the scheme, the side scheme.
Sure, seems
Because I
fine.
have a superhuman law division, so I could just like pitch basically my whole hand.
Okay.
Hold on to 1 card, get rid of this, flip up.
Sure. It's fine.
The other option is I could mulligan a bunch of these cards and hope to get like a 4 justice instead and not pitch my whole hand. Because 1-2 punch, I don't have any tricks with it. Interrogation room is actually an okay card. Ground stomp does nothing here.
Yeah.
Greater responsibility, not doing anything here.
Nope.
The only card that is decent is Quake because she's an ally and she can.
Yeah.
And then I have legal practice. So I could mulligan a bunch these 4 cards, see what I get.
I guess it doesn't hurt.
I could even mulligan her.
It's up to you. Keeping an ally isn't the worst thing, especially a cheap one.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
That does similar.
yeah. None of these cards. So if I played Coulson, it would not allow me to get rid of the breaking and taken.
Correct.
Because he can only attack. So I think
Which isn't the end of the world. It's just 1 more card, and we're just doing regular expert, not heroic.
I'm just gonna pitch them all.
Okay.
And play pitching 1, 2, 3, 4 to play
Legal practice.
legal practice,
Okay.
alter ego action. So let's get rid of all of it. Which I kind of figured was gonna happen. And then I'm gonna flip up. I'll trigger Do You Lift, Bro? Because that's what it's called, right? Do You Lift, Bro? Oh no, it's Do You Even Lift.
Oh. Close enough.
Close enough. And then I will swing for 2. Or 3, apologies. Alright. And then I'm just sitting on 1 card.
All right.
Ready, draw.
Untap.
Alright,
Okay.
threat.
Yep. Just 2.
Okay. And Rhino attacks.
He does. He's attacking me. And I'm just face taking it, I think. I don't know
Why
that
not?
there's a reason why I wouldn't.
You got a lot of health.
Yeah. Oh, lordy. Okay. This is one of one of the Ronan cards. The boost, if this activation defeats a character, deal the first player a face down encounter card. Well, I mean, that's fine. But it's 3 pips, so it's a total of 6.
Accuser.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is the special Ronan cards.
Yeah. When revealed, Ronan the Accuser activates against the player he is engaged with. Okay, boost. This activation defeats a character, deal the first player an encounter card. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And he has 3 pips and a boost.
Yep. It's rough. Okay.
He's attacking
And he's
me.
attacking you.
I'm taking it into the face as well.
2. So, 5.
Alright. Taking
And
chunks.
just 1 encounter card. Feels so weird.
Yeah. Playing heroic.
Of course, caught off guard. Why?
What do you have to do? Discard a...
Discard an upgrade or support.
Well, goodbye, Jam Jordan.
Yep. Of course.
Good thing you played it.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
it would
would've lost
suck
your
to lose
mansion.
the mansion that I spent 4 on.
Alright.
Jam Jar would be great.
Stampede. Okay, so he's
attacking
attacking
you.
me. And if I'm damaged by the attack, I'm stunned.
Okay. Well, I don't think there's a way out of getting stunned.
Nope, I think I'm just going to have to take it.
Yeah, because he already attacks you more than you defend. 1.
Right,
so it's 4.
4.
And you're stunned.
2, 4. And I'm stunned. Okay.
Okay.
That's it. Got the split personality, which seems good. I can play it and then get a 6-card can and then flip back. So I'm probably going to do that.
It's always fun.
Split personality. So change my form. Draw up to 6. There's all those 4 justices.
What's her ability on that side?
It is.
Like, is it a triggered thing?
I object. Yeah, it's an ability.
Oh, that's right. When threat is put there, you can remove 1. Yeah.
So I'm definitely gonna play this Focus Rage to get this into play. We're gonna discard one of these 4 justice.
Yeah. So I'm thinking I could use my cards to play Brawn on my turn.
Sure.
The other option is playing Enhanced Physique and Counterattack.
Ooh, I like playing 2 upgrades.
Then I will need my card from an Avengers Mansion. That's why I was gonna try and see whether or not it was better to play an ally and have you take the card, or I play 2 upgrades.
Yeah, I don't need a card. I'm gonna flip. I'm gonna. Oh, I got stampeded.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm going to heal.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
So she heals for 5. 2, 4, 5. I'm gonna flip up. And is this an attack? Response. Nope. So deal 2 damage to the boss.
Okay. So I'm just gonna flip that to 10, and
I'm gonna Focus Rage for a card. Oh, Mockingbird. We'll take that. Discard 3 to play Mockingbird. Stun the villain.
Okay.
Fort for 1. I'm done.
Okay. So I'm discarding 2 cards to play an Enhanced Physique, which is going to get 3 counters on it. I'm drawing a card with my mansion, which I'm discarding for a counterattack.
Sure. All right. That's it. The other option is you could discard this counterattack and use one of those to play that card instead. That card helps you play your events at less resources. That might be better.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's a new card, so.
Exhaust to generate a fist for an attack event. Okay,
yeah.
Sure.
And his whole deck is like attack
events. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, that's fine. I'm good.
So
I can attack for 3 before I flip.
So you can start Hulk smashing.
I can start Hulk smashing. All right, ready? Draw.
Okay. And we will place some threat here. So 2 threat. And Rhino is going to attack me, but Rhino is stunned.
Yes.
Rhino is going to attack Hulk.
And I feel like maybe I just let it happen.
Okay.
I drew my Banner's Laboratory, which gives me an extra 2 recover, so I might just want to flip.
Yeah, that's fair. I think it's fine. We just have a little bit of threat. I do have a superhuman law division, so like I could in theory thwart on the following turn if I need to go down or whatever.
Yeah. All right, so I'm just gonna let it happen.
Yeah. I don't know how often you want to defend with him, so.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of an experiment. We're testing it out. See how it goes.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm at 6, and then encounter card.
Yep.
Encounter card.
I'm tough. Give Rhino a tough status.
Sure.
Okay.
Master plan. All right.
That's gonna flip some cards.
Yeah. Oh, actually only 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Better crisis. That's kind of annoying.
Yeah, it's a little annoying.
What's the?
4.
It's just crisis, right?
Yeah, okay. Just critical. Okay.
Yep.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Hulk.
Okay, so I think
Is there anything you need to play on hero side before you flip?
that's what yeah. So I think I can get a Hulk smash off.
Sweet. He is tough though.
Fair. So not worth it.
It'd be fine if he wasn't tough.
Yeah. It's fine. We'll do other ones. All right. So then I don't think there's anything I need to do.
Maybe
on
you just
this side.
set up
Maybe
with
I just
helicarrier or
draw
something.
and see if I get something. Drop kick deals 4 damage to an enemy if you pay for this card using fists. Stun the enemy and draw a card.
It's also not great because he's tough.
He's tough. Yep. All right. So I guess I'm just gonna flip.
Yep. And you can use
I
your
can cycle. Kind of irrelevant. And then we can just use these two right now to do Banner's Lab to give him +2 recover, so I can just recover for 6 right now.
Yeah.
And there's really no way to get that helicarrier out.
That's not true. This gives you a science resource.
I have to exhaust Bruce Banner to get a science resource.
Fair.
So I could have done that instead of healing, but that's still not enough, other than getting rid of this, or using one of these. I don't know if that's worth it for a helicarrier.
I don't know.
Because if I do a double heal, I'm back to full.
Yeah.
That might be better.
I don't know if you need to be at full. I don't know. I would probably play the cards. Let's try it out.
All right. So not healing. We're instead exhausting Bruce Banner to generate a mental resource. Then resource to play a helicarrier.
Sure.
That you can use.
Yeah. All right, my turn.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll focus rage. Take a damage, draw a card. We are going to attack for 3. Remove my stun. We're going to discard Ground Stomp and use your helicarrier to play some enhanced awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I'm going to discard Power of Justice for Superhuman Law Division. Thwart for 1 with Mockingbird off the critical. And I think I just sit on the 1-2 punch.
Okay.
So that's it. Ready up. and threat. So we're going to get 2 more.
Yep.
And boss is going to attack. Actually, scheme
against me. Yep. So base 1, 2 more. So 3 total.
Okay.
And then he's attacking you.
Yep, and I'm going to block with Mockingbird.
No boost.
Okay. Encounters.
Shocker.
Okay. 1 damage each character.
Yeah. No, each hero.
Yep. Okay. Oh, great. Ronan the Accuser.
Oh, good.
So Ronan has toughness. He cannot be stunned.
Okay.
When the villain phase begins, Ronan the Accuser engages the hero with the fewest remaining hit points.
All right, so he switches sides.
Yeah, he's just.
And he's 9 health per player. Interesting.
He's
Yeah.
He's a beast. I don't know how well it'll. Oh, it actually shows up okay.
Yeah. So he's a special, unique, elite minion.
He's pretty crazy. Okay, and he's tough.
Yeah. Of course he is.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And that is it. So you want to pass the turn to me? Alrighty. Not looking super great here. I'm going to focus Rage for a card. That's helpful. I'm going to pitch this copy of Strength, and I'm going to pitch a copy of Focus Rage to play Beat Cop.
Nice.
I'm going to use Beat Cop to remove 1 from the critical. I'm going to use Enhanced Awareness to play, well, not yet. I'm going to attack Ronan. Well, you have no way to hit him for 1, right?
Nope. I do not.
And we have Shocker too. I'm going to attack Shocker.
Okay. Kill him.
Kill him.
Sure.
I'm going to use my Enhanced Awareness to 1-2 punch.
Okay.
To ready, and then yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just punching through this tough.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I mean, neither one of us really has a way of.
Now, I'm only at 6.
Yeah.
So I might need to flip down.
It's fine.
So I'm going to do that. I'm going to play Superhuman Law Division. And exhaust it and discard a Science. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. So we're going to clear the card.
Perfect. Okay.
And then I am exhausted out of things.
Okay. So I'm gonna.
This would be an excellent time for a Hulk smash.
Draw. I don't have it.
You can cycle.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Oh,
I don't know if you want to cycle the downtime.
Cycle. Oh, I don't really care about that.
No, you could cycle that.
All right, so healing, because we gotta.
Do you want to slap the downtime on yourself before you heal? Or do you want to slap the downtime on me? Doesn't matter. Slapping a downtime on you gets you that double heal you were looking for. Essentially.
I think I want to do.
You think you have other stuff you want to do?
I think I want to use some of these other cards.
Okay. That's fine.
I'd rather not try to figure out all the math in advance of. If it turns out that I can do it, then fine. But I'd rather just try and play it out and see if it works.
You could always play it on me.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna think we do 1. So this reduces the cost.
Yep.
And then I pay with a fist.
Yep.
So I think that works.
Yep.
Because I only paid with fists.
You only paid with fists. That's how it works.
So it's going to ready Hulk.
Okay.
And I draw a card.
Nice.
Okay. Let's see. So... all these are all like if you only use fists, so it's like kind of.
You're gonna pitch some of them to play other cards.
Yeah.
The one that stuns would be the best one, I think.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because we don't have any allies out to block.
So if we did.
And you could play Valkyrie. I don't know if you have enough to play 6.
I don't think I will.
What does the one that costs 1 do?
Deal damage equal to your attack to an enemy. So it's just
deals 3.
Deals 3, yeah. But I have to use fists only.
Right. It only costs 1.
Right. But I actually don't have a ton of fists at the moment, so it's just a little awkward sauce. So if we do.
What does that one do?
This one removes threat.
Oh. That one actually might be really good because we have a lot of threat on there.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the one you want to play.
Yeah. I have to pick one of these. It's either stunning him or potentially removing 5 threat.
Yeah. If you're going to play one of the ones at 3. But we have no allies in play.
Yeah.
It's at 8 of 14.
I mean, I could...
And he's scheming for 3, which we can't kill.
I could play this, burning this, and then play Valkyrie.
That seems good. That's the whole point of that. Yeah, I think that's right.
So, burn this, and discard 2 more fists to play the suborbital leap. Remove 3 threat, 5 if you paid for with only fists.
Okay. 5 is pretty nice chunk.
And then 2, 3 for Valkyrie. She can deal 2 damage.
She can deal 2 here.
Yeah, that's fine. Deal 2 over there.
Slowly work on this guy.
Yep.
He's 18 damage.
And then 3
here.
Sure. It's fine.
4, 5.
All
right. Yeah, because he's going to scheme for 3. There's really nothing I can do about that.
Yeah.
And I draw 6 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so threat. I will.
Where was that last turn?
Yeah. I'm going to use.
Gosh, that would have been so.
Oh, we also. I don't know if this is all. Have we ever done a part where you've held a card?
No.
Perfect. Yeah, you have to discard. So you can't even hold cards.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so I'm going to use. I object, so we're just going to get 1 on here.
Okay.
And then the boss is going to scheme against me.
Excuse me.
For what?
Base 1. Oh, actually, Ronan triggers, doesn't he? But I think he's going to.
Ronan triggers when? When the film phase begins, Ronan engages the hero with the fewest remaining hit points. It's
hero.
Still me. Oh, hero. So he engages you.
It does specifically say hero.
Yeah, so he won't be scheming. He'll be
attacking me.
Oh, that's interesting.
All right. So he's scheming against you.
Yes.
Base 1 plus 2, so 3.
Okay.
Then he's attack. Oh, we didn't actually have Valkyrie attack anybody.
You would have attacked him.
Yeah, 100%. Just realized that. Okay, so she's ready. So I think I have Valkyrie just take the hit from Rhino, and then I just absorb this one.
Yeah, you can defend.
I could, but I also don't have a way of readying at the moment.
But you also don't have any, like, great attacks on your turn either. He does have 3 defense.
Sure. All right, so she's going to block Rhino's attack.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so then I guess that's fine. I guess I can defend Ronan's attack and take no damage.
Mm-hmm.
And encounter cards.
Yep.
Go ahead.
All right, I have... Oh, you dare oppose me. When revealed, discard top 5 cards of the encounter deck. Each time a card belonging to the Kree Fanatic set is discarded this way, deal that card to yourself as a face-down encounter. Oh man, brutal. Okay, you discard the other cards.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have another one of those, so discard 5 more.
Wow.
Any more?
Nope.
Okay. When revealed, Ronan the Accuser activates against the player he is engaged with. If Ronan the Accuser is not in play, this card gains surge, so he's attacking you.
So he's attacking me again,
Yeah,
and I
so
can't do anything about that one.
Well, I guess it didn't matter. It could have blocked on this time.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
that's
right.
it. Yep, your card.
Yep. Oh, shadows. All right.
Guess we get to see all the Hulk stuff.
I guess so. So we'll just show these real quick. There's 3 copies of this, Clash of the Titans. His nemesis is Abomination. And then the scheme is that. So Abomination is engaged with me. And that's in play. And these get shuffled in.
Yep, and it's 2 per player, so...
Which there's 3 copies of these. They're all 3 pips each. That makes this encounter deck
just juiced.
Between Ronan's all like 3s, and now we just added 4 more 3s because that's a 3, that's a 3, so all 5 cards are 3s.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna take some big attacks this game.
Luckily, we're only doing expert. Although we could still lose.
We could definitely still lose. All right. Abomination has a forced response after he attacks you. Discard the top card of your deck. If a fist resource was discarded this way, which, against Hulk is a high likelihood, take an additional 2 damage.
Okay.
All right. So, my go.
Yeah. Passing that to you, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So, think I want to draw. Let's see if I get something to use with all this. Fantastic.
That's terrible.
That's so horrible. Maybe I need to flip just to do something relevant with my turn.
It doesn't seem terrible.
Because then at least I can keep some of these cards.
Right.
So draw. Cycle. I might as well cycle that away because I can't even have it right now.
Yep.
So we'll do...
Mockingbird.
Oh, I can only spend that in hero, actually.
Get out, really?
Yeah.
So you should have played that.
I would have played that in hero. You would have played
that on Mockingbird.
Yeah, I didn't... I guess it makes sense. It's limitless strength. But yeah, 100% we would use that on Mockingbird. Read the cards. Okay, so Mockingbird's in play. Yeah, he's stunned. And then... I guess I can just use this to get this in play.
Yeah. And then draw hand size.
And then be done. And hope to be able to play something with these.
Yep, next turn.
Next turn.
Okay. And my turn.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Heal up, because Ronan's going to come back at you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, he wouldn't if I didn't heal. So thwart.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
He's 9 per player, so just thwart, I guess.
Sure. That's right.
Okay. My turn.
Yeah.
So I definitely need to I need to use this superhuman law division to remove 2 threat. We don't have a great thwarting capacity right now. This exhaust to remove 1.
Nice.
Yeah, the card seems good.
Yeah.
Then.
Although we're gonna run out of ones.
I'm gonna ready.
Or tap.
No, I'm going to recover. I apologize. Yeah. So 2, 4. Flip this to 5. And I'm gonna flip up.
Yep.
And I'll do you lift 2 to Ronan.
Yep.
I'll enraged for a card. I drew a Gamma Slam at the worst time after I just healed up.
Yeah.
That's alright.
It's like me drawing all those resources right after I had fistfuls of 3s that I want to play everything.
We're going to. I guess I probably should have superhuman law divisioned. We were at 7. But I didn't do it. It is what it is. So we're pitching this, pitching this, pitching this, and pitching this, I think. Play a mansion. Draw a card. Another beat cop. Another 3 though.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe you should have ditched the helicarrier and kept this in case you only drew something for 2. Or something more.
I don't know how this card really helps me though. I guess it helps me stun the boss. But the boss is already stunned.
At the moment, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna stick with it.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna ditch this helicarrier because I'm gonna try to play the beat cop instead.
Okay.
On my next turn. And we'll see what happens here. So threat. We might lose this scheme.
It's possible.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, because I'm on this side. So, all right. So Ronan's gonna go to you.
Yep.
And boss is gonna scheme against me. So 3. So I'll put 4 on there. And actually do 6 because Abomination's gonna scheme for 2.
So we lost.
We lost already?
It's only 14.
6 plus 6 is 12.
Oh.
Or 9. Oh, 9 plus 6.
Yeah, 9 plus 6 is 14.
Yeah, we lost.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, someone just joined us in chat.
Bane54 asked, how many people can play at once?
4.
4 is how they recommend it for the game. We've been experimenting, seeing if we can figure out how to do more. But 4 is...
4 is the best game. Honestly, you can play more than 4. It wouldn't... The only thing it would really do is the game would take forever.
That's true.
It literally would take forever.
That is true.
Because it takes a long time. But we're gonna try this one more time.
Yeah.
This didn't seem horrible. We had some bad luck, but we also honestly just made a mistake. We really weren't paying attention to the threat level on the boss. So let's give this another crack. And honestly, I don't know how strong that Ronan card was. That was a real kick in the teeth.
Yeah. He was.
Beat cop was money. It made me want to have a 3rd copy. I was going to get a 2nd one down. Yeah, Bane, thanks for joining us. We're literally about to start a 2nd game, so we will we'll explain a little bit more as we're going. So we just lost because
of threat.
So this is the main scheme. This card is, every villain has a main scheme, and they might have a couple stages, like stage 1, stage 2. This villain in particular is like the intro villain. He only has one stage, so when you defeat, or when the villain gets enough threat on here equal to the level of threat per player, the game is over. So if you see in this corner, you see a 7, and it looks like a little person symbol. That means there's 7 threat per player. So 14 threat on that scheme and you lose the game. And that's just what happened to us here.
Yeah.
We hit 14 and we lost the game. You start the game on your alter ego side. So I'll put up Walter's here. So you start on your alter ego side. You have a starting hand size, which for her is 6, and she has a maximum hit points of 15. Her only action on this side is a basic recover action, and she can recover 5 damage by exhausting. Anytime you use a basic action, you have to exhaust. And then she has a special ability that when she's on that side and any threat would go on a scheme, she can reduce it by 1. When you flip her over, that's her hero side. She has 3 basic actions on this side. 4 removes the yellow scheme token from the schemes, or from the schemes, or threat tokens from the schemes. The red is the attack. She has 3 attack, and the 2 green is the defense. So to use any of those basic powers, you have to exhaust her. She also has an ability when she flips to this side, duty lift triggers, and she deals 2 damage to an enemy. The downside is when she's on her hero side, she only has 4 cards. So what we were trying to do in that game, and we were actually doing quite well, was trying to get some setup cards into play, cards that kind of hang around and help us almost like ramp up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, She-Hulk is not the strongest character. People have been saying Hulk might not be the strongest character as well, so we might be playing some pretty weak character combination here. And I definitely know the decks are not, like, optimized.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I think the Justice deck is actually kind of fine for her. But I don't know about the Hulk deck. I've yet to play it, so we're experimenting.
Yeah, so this is the banner side. His ability here is he can cycle, i.e. draw a card and then discard a card. His recover is 4.
Yeah, I think he's like a Sandcrawler or a Reek. He plays Star Wars TCG.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I'm like, that was a really odd
Bane is
metaphor.
one of the Star Wars TCG guys.
Okay, that makes sense.
We do
and
Star Wars
then,
TCG streams as well. So.
Perfect. Okay, so then on his Hulk side, you notice he actually has 0 thwart, which kind of makes sense. He is just green angry Hulk, 3 attack, 3 defense. And his ability on this side is he cannot keep any cards in his hand at the end of the turn. He has to discard his whole hand when the turn is over. Which last turn, that's why you saw me, or last game, that's why you saw me flip, because I had a grip of resource cards and nothing to play. So I flipped over onto this side so that way I wouldn't have to discard those resource cards.
Right.
But then that ended up costing us the game.
Yeah. All right, so one thing is when you start the game, your scheme has a side 1A. It'll tell you what cards you have to play with in the villain deck. Or it's recommended cards. It'll tell you what recommended cards to play with if you've ever played before. And then it'll have some kind of trigger. This one just says flip it to this side. And then for the setup, he has a special ability that tells us that we have to grab this additional side scheme right here and put it into play. When you put a scheme into play, there is a number on the bottom that tells you how much threat it starts with. And this one
starts with 2, but then it has an ability of 1 revealed, place an additional 1 there per person. So Correct. It's going to have a total of 4.
So it's going to have 4. Mm-hmm. And this one is kind of particularly annoying because it has an ability, Hazard, which means when we deal these encounter cards during the villain stage, the first player has to take an additional card. Yeah. And those encounter cards can really be a pain.
Yep.
So you always want to remove this as much as you can.
As quick as you can, yeah. So I think for my mulligan, I think I'm just going to only discard the Relentless Assault because there's no minions at the moment, and there's not a ton in his deck. So the odds of me, I literally can't play it on the first turn. It's not even possible. So I think I'm going to mulligan this away. All right. Are you mulliganing?
I'm thinking.
All right. Well, I'll just be first player. So
Yeah,
I'm
go ahead.
gonna use my ability to cycle. So I'm gonna draw a card, and then discard a card. I guess I'm just gonna discard another one of these because it's not that helpful at the moment.
Yeah, but I'm mulligan 3 cards. So the mulligan rule is simply just discard X cards from your hand and then draw up to your maximum hand size.
Mm-hmm. All right, so hand could potentially be slightly clunky or just be okay. I'm not going to be able to get that in play and have it be worthwhile, I don't think. So,
did you filter before you flip over?
Yep. So I think we just use the strength to play that enhanced awareness. So it's basically kind of a resource bank. Put 3 on it, and then you can remove 1 per turn.
You don't want to get that. You don't want to get that in play and just play your whole hand, because you're gonna lose cards.
I understand.
You can't hold on to anything.
I understand. I mean, I was just gonna discard this to play this, and then attack, and then do an extra 2 with Yarnborn.
I think I'd rather. Getting the retaliate seems pretty good. I don't know. It's your choice. Go ahead. Do whatever you want.
I get it. I'm just thinking that just leaves me very susceptible to a nasty caught off guard.
That's true.
And I keep seeming to get that card in the first turn or 2. So I'm going to discard this power aggression to play the Asgard Axe.
I think Bane has another question.
Are the decks pre-built? If
No.
so, does each deck go with a specific character, or you can mix it up and match characters?
All right, good question. So, yes and no. So, Bane, every hero deck comes with a pre-built or recommended version of the deck when you purchase it, whether it is the core box, which comes with 5 heroes and 3 villains, and then every month there is a small expansion pack. They're only like $12, $13 depending on where you go, and that is usually an individual new hero, which is a pre-built deck, but it also comes with new cards, additional cards that are not included in the deck to kind of just build up your collection, and every month one of those things comes out.
Yeah. So the way deck building works is...
And one more thing too. So even though the decks are pre-built, you build your own decks.
Right.
You have different. You have a whole pool of cards that expand every time you buy one of these new expansions, and you could build your decks basically however you want.
Yeah. So each hero has a preset 15 cards that have to be included in the deck. 15 of a minimum of 40.
So like She-Hulk, this is a She-Hulk card because you could see her symbol down here. It'll say. So I have to play all 15 of her cards. That's the only choice I don't get. I don't have when I play.
Correct.
But other than that, you can choose...
then you choose a trait.
There's 4 aspects.
Yeah.
You choose one of the 4. This is a terrible one to show because it's
it's
a ton of red.
Yeah.
But here's one. So this is an aspect. This is the justice aspect. It is best, and each aspect is good at a certain thing. Mm-hmm. So the justice aspect is very good at removing these yellow threat tokens off these encounters, which is what both of these heroes are actually kind of weak with, which is why we're playing that.
Yep.
And then
there's aggression, which is what I'm playing, which is the reds.
Right, and then there's also basic. Basics are gray. They can go in any deck.
Yeah, they're neutrals.
And so you basically are building a 25-card deck because your minimum deck size is 40.
Yeah.
Because you have to play the 15 from the main hero.
Yep.
So you're building a 25-card deck really every time you play. And honestly, the decks, there's a lot of thought that goes into building the decks because it's not just putting the cards, but also these cards have different resource symbols. So if you see down on the bottom, there's a blue resource symbol. There's the blue is science, the yellow is energy, the red is strength, and then there's green, which is a wild card, which can be used as any one of those symbols. And the way you play cards is by discarding cards with that resource symbol on the bottom to get that resource.
That's an example of the wild symbol.
Yep. So you'll see. We'll take it a little slower since you're in here, and we'll go through the turns exactly how it's supposed to be.
Yep. So I played Yarnborn, so I'm going to do my basic attack. My attack is 3. I'm going to target the boss for 3. Then I'm going to trigger Yarnborn's ability. So response, after your hero attacks, which I just did, I may spend a red fist resource, which is on the bottom of this card. So I spend it by discarding the card, and I can deal an additional 2 damage to any enemy. So I'm just going to deal it at the boss because he's the only one there. And Hulk wants to play out his whole hand because, again, when he's on his Hulk side, he has to discard his hand at the end of the turn.
Correct. So now I'm going to start.
Oh, this is not discarded. This is
that's a weapon. So this is an upgrade card. Upgrade cards stay in play.
Yep.
So I'm going to go and I'm basically going to start a hero turn. So start of the hero turn, I can play any cards from my hand. I can make use of any basic powers. I am fully healthy, and the only basic power on every character's alter ego side is to exhaust to recover damage. So I'm not going to do that. But I don't have any reason to stay on this side, so every turn, once during a player's hero turn, they can flip from their alter ego to their hero side, and vice versa. If you're on your hero, you can flip to your alter ego. She has a triggered ability. When she flips, she deals 2 damage. So deal 2 damage to the boss. And then I've got some options here. So I could get an Avengers Mansion in play, which sounds fantastic. It would be kind of a gamble because if I
get caught off guard,
it would go away. We don't have any. I'm leaning on maybe just pitching it, but then really don't have anything else great. I could play this. This is not terrible. So yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna play For Justice. This card here. It cost. The 2 is how many resources it cost. The ability on the card says I have to at least spend 1 of the blue science resources to play the card. So we're going to pitch a blue science resource and great responsibility for 1 resource.
You can see that blue right down here in the corner.
And then we're also going to pitch my Avengers Mansion.
Also happens to be blue, but they don't have to both be blue. You just have to have one of those resources be blue. Yeah, that's just a coincidence.
So I'm going to play this card for 4. And it's going to remove 4 threat, which is going to get rid of this card. When there's no threat left on a side scheme, it's discarded. And then I'm actually going to pitch these other 2 cards. The resources don't matter because the card doesn't tell me that they matter. Yep. They only matter when the card tells me.
Yep.
So this is an upgrade. And this says She-Hulk gets +2 attack. After She-Hulk attacks, I can discard. I discard this card, and I stun the enemy. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to attack for 5 damage.
Okay.
And then we put a stun card on. Here, there's another question in chat too, I think.
Yeah, Bane was just saying it seems like a really cool system, and Onami agrees that it does.
Yeah, I mean,
it seems very
Bane,
cool.
the best. This for me, I would give this game of the year. I know it's actually up for it. It is just really well done. Yeah. What's the problem?
I'm just tired and struggling with math. So you did hit for 5, right?
I don't know how much was on there.
That much.
So 20?
23.
So if you're flipping that to 10,
yep.
That means you took off 10, so you have to add 5.
Right, okay. Right.
Okay.
Fridays are hard today.
I'm out of cards, so that's the end of my turn. When both players finish their turn, they ready all of their cards, and then they draw up to their maximum. So mine is only 4.
As is mine. So yeah, it's honestly the variability and replayability of this game is astounding. Yeah. With the 4 different aspects. So there's the aggression, which as you can imagine is just dealing a bunch of damage. Justice is all about mitigating threat. There's leadership, which is all about playing allies and using allies to help you in your fight against the villain. And then finally, there is protection, which is like mostly defensive, mitigating damage.
Yeah, defensive.
So there's a lot of different styles of play, and each hero can play any one of the traits. Obviously, some are better suited to others.
In addition to that, every villain has his own standard deck.
Correct.
And then there are these smaller decks called encounter sets.
Yeah, they're usually 5 to 7 cards, depending on.
Depends. They could be more, but you basically, to build the villain deck, all you do is you grab the villain deck, you shuffle the encounter set of your choice into the deck. Then there is a standard set, and you're going to use that anytime you're playing the game on standard mode, which is like an easier mode. And then there's an expert set. So you'll shuffle that into the deck. And that is basically your setup for the villain deck. So you don't
plus the obligations for each of the heroes.
So they're already in here.
Yeah.
But each hero has a card that's an obligation card. It's kind of a negative card for the hero. And it actually gets shuffled into the encounter deck. And when you draw it, it affects you.
Yep.
So when we get one, we'll show you. There's also 6 Nemesis set cards, and these are for your hero, and they are set off to the side. And there's a special card in the deck that forces you to put your side scheme in play and your Nemesis in play against you, and then shuffle the rest of these cards into that deck. It's a horrible card.
Yeah.
When we get it, we will.
We got it on the last game.
we're gonna get it eventually because we don't have. There's no options that we have to stop it from happening. So,
although we're not drawing as many cards, but
that was the end of the player turn.
Correct.
So now we start the villain phase, and the first step of the villain phase is you add threat onto the main scheme, and if you look down here, you'll see a +1 with that little person symbol. So it means we're gonna add 2, 1 for each player. So we're adding 2. 1, 2. That's the first step of the villain phase. Now, the villain activates, and he will, if you are in hero form, he attacks you. If you're in alter ego form, he schemes. So his red attack here on this card is 3. Patronus is the first player. He's going to activate against her. And because she's in Hulk form, which is her hero, he's going to attack, which is 3.
Yeah, but he's stunned, which the way stun works, as you can imagine, the first time that he would go activate to perform an attack, he skips that attack.
Yeah, you just remove the stun.
So you remove the stun.
And now he's going to attack me because he attacked her. Also, if there was any bad guys in play, any minions that were engaged with her, those minions would attack her right after the boss. But there are none, so we're fine.
Yep.
Now he's going to attack me. When the villain attacks, I have to choose whether I want to just take the attack or defend or
use an ally.
Or one of my partners. Like, she could defend for me.
Correct.
I'm very healthy right now, and I don't have a defender, so I'm just going to take it.
Okay. So when you do the attack, you have his base attack here, which is 3, and then you reveal a card from the top of the encounter deck. This is
called a boost card.
Correct.
Whenever you reveal an attack or a scheme, you reveal the top part of the deck, it's boosting the attack.
Yeah. So the way you determine the amount that the attack is for is these like little triangle pips down here in the corner. For each triangle pip, it's +1 incoming damage. That little starburst icon is the boost symbol here. So when you see that as part of a boost card for an attack, you actually resolve this boost ability, which says that this activation defeats a character, deal the first player a face down encounter card. So that part, that boost effect, is not going to come into play. But the 3 pips, obviously here, means +3 attack. So 3 on his base.
It's 6
plus
damage.
The 3 is a total of 6 damage incoming.
And I didn't offend any of it, so I'm taking 2, 4, 5, 6. When I get to 0, I'm defeated.
Yep.
All right. After the villain attacks, this next step is the encounter phase, where he deals 1 card, starting with the first player.
And then you're resolving the effect of the card.
And then you're resolving the card. So
I'm flipping mine over. Mine says Assault. When revealed, and this has an alter ego and a hero ability, so depending on what side you're on, that's the effect you resolve. So I'm in hero form. So I do 1 resolved hero, the villain attacks you. So I'm getting attacked.
And yeah, I don't
Which
know.
is fine. I mean, I'm full health. I'm just going to take it. So base 3, and there's only 1 pip on this one. Oh, the caught off guard is good. Sweet. This was the card I was talking about before.
Nasty card.
It's nasty when you're resolving it for its effect because it makes you discard one of your permanents in play. And sometimes your permanents are really important. So it sucks when they get discarded. So that only has 1 boost icon on it. So the damage incoming is a total of 4. And I did not defend it in any way, so I have to take the 4.
All right, and then I have a card, and I have Armored Suit. So the villain can get upgrades too, and this is a villain upgrade, and it gets attached to the villain. And unfortunately now, anytime we deal the villain damage, we have to deal 5 damage to this card first before we can deal him damage.
Yep.
All right.
Is what it is. All right, so that was the end of the villain phase. We resolved all of our cards. So now that was the end of the turn. And now the first player token is going to pass over to Gold Leader, and we start our brand new round.
My turn's incredibly simple. I only have 4 cards. So I'm pitching this card. This card is called Power of Leadership. Every aspect has a power card. And what it does is it's a wild resource. But when you use it to play another card in its same aspect. So I'm sorry, this is called Power of Justice. When I play another Justice card, I get 2 resources for that. So it's a double. So this will count as 2 resources, wild, anyone I want. Beat Cop costs 3. So I have to discard 1 more card. I'm going to discard Legal Practice. So now I have this upgrade support card in play. I can exhaust it to take 1 threat from here and move it here. And I can't really do anything else, so I'm just going to
attack for 3.
Attack for 3 and put 3 on this. I got it over here. 3 on this Armored Suit.
All right.
And then, unfortunately, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Alrighty. So that said, I don't think that really changes my plan. So I'm gonna discard a card to play Crushing Blow. This is an event card. These are kind of like battle cards in Star Wars TCG in that you play them for their effect and then they're discarded. So this says I can only spend Fist to pay for the cost of this card, which I did. And as a hero action, I can deal damage to an enemy equal to my attack. So I'm basically just dealing 3 damage.
Which will it'll go to the suit, and then the suit will have at least 5 on it and it'll be discarded. Now,
technically, you can see on this card, it says attack in parentheses here. So this counts as an attack action, which would trigger Yarnborn if I wanted it to.
Yeah.
The way that I could pay for that is using one of these resources. I don't think there's a reason not to. So I will pay 1 to deal 2 damage to the boss.
Yeah, the card that she has in play essentially has 3 tokens on it.
Yep.
And you can remove 1 to get a physical resource.
Yeah. Which in this one is, so that's the red fist resource.
Yeah, the physical, she calls it a fist, but the physical resource is what it's called.
Yep. And then I'm going to spend a double resource to play another upgrade, combat training, plus 1 attack to the attached hero. And then I'm just going to attack for 4.
Nice. Okay.
That's it.
And that's all she...
I could activate Yarnborn again if I had the resource to pay for it.
Right.
It's not a once per turn.
All right. Drawing up. So we ready all our cards, we draw up to our hand size, and then we start with the villain phase. So we're going to place 2 threat here. And the villain is now going to attack me. Unfortunately, I'm just going to take it, because I need to flip downs anytime, so that's fine.
Okay.
So go for it.
So base 3, 0. No pips.
So she attacks.
Yes,
I decided not to defend. She resolved the boost card.
Yep. So it's just 3 damage.
Just 3. Okay. 2, 3.
Yep. Then he is attacking me. And...
Are you going to play one of those juicy cards next turn?
I could play the drop kick.
That seems good. So you could just defend.
Yeah. I don't have to actually do an attack.
Yeah.
Probably isn't the worst. If you're flipping down, I don't want to have both of us take a bunch of damage.
That's what I'm thinking.
So I'm going to defend. To defend, you have to exhaust your character in order to actually defend for whatever your value is. So flipping his card, it's a boost. Put Ronan the Accuser into play engaged with you, of course.
Okay.
All right. So it's just 3 damage because this had no damage pips on it. You can see it's only the boost symbol.
So when you reveal a card with the boost and you see the boost symbol, you do the boost portion of the card first. That resolves, and then you resolve the attack.
Yep.
His attack is 3. Her defense is 3, so she takes no damage.
Correct. And then now that the villain has completed its attack, we would do a check to see if there's any minions in play. Which there now are. Oh, and he has tough when he comes in.
Yep.
So Ronan is now going to attack me. He has an attack of 3. So, and there's nothing, I can't defend because I'm already exhausted. You can only defend once per turn unless you have a waiver.
Yeah, because you have to exhaust to defend.
Yeah. So he's going to hit me for, no, did I do that
3.
right?
Yeah, I think
2, yeah, I did it right. Okay. So he's hitting me for 3. Nothing I can do about it.
All right.
Right? And then now we take the encounter cards. This is the last phase of the villain turn.
All right, so I go first. I'm the first player.
Yep.
Caught off guard. Reveal the top card of the encounter deck. So.
Under fire.
Yep.
So surge,
and then reveal.
And then reveal the top card, which is obligation.
That's actually.
Remember when we were talking about obligations?
So that's an obligation card. When that's revealed, it says that I have to choose to flip to the other side, which I'm actually going to.
Okay.
And then I can either exhaust to remove that card from the game, or I can.
That one says give the main scheme an acceleration token.
Nope.
Yeah, that's horrible. And it's not. And then it's just discarded, not removed.
And now that card's removed from the game.
Yeah. So each obligation is different for each hero.
Yep.
The abilities are different.
So then I have another card, which is Sandman.
Okay.
And now this is another minion, and when he comes into play, he gets one of these tough cards.
Yeah. Now he's not going to activate this turn because we've already passed the window in which he would activate.
Yeah, this is the encounter phase, so there's no more attacking.
Okay. Unless one of these cards tells you to. All right, so I'm going to reveal mine. Oh man, exhaustion. All right, well it's not the worst. I'm already exhausted.
Yeah, surge.
So surge means draw a new card, and charge.
Nasty.
Yeah, charge is Rhino's big nasty thing. So you can see this is another upgrade. It's going to give him +3 attack. And you see that little star next to the attack means you have to kind of go back and reference wherever the star is on the card, which is a forced interrupt when he does attack. He is obviously attacking with the +3. His attack gains overkill, i.e. damage carries over.
Yeah.
If it doesn't kill if it kills a target, damage carries over.
It's literally the same ability in Star Wars TCG. It's overkill.
It's overkill, and then this card is removed. So he only has this one big attack, and then it gets discarded.
It gets attached to him.
Yep. All right. Well, that went sideways.
It's all right. So that's it.
That's it. So I'm first. All right. Well.
Time to stun the boss.
Now Thunderclap is looking a little bit better.
Why? Oh. What does it do?
Oh, no, it's not, because everybody's tough. Choose up to 3 different enemies, deal 3 damage to each of them.
It seems terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible right now because everybody's tough. All right, so... And I can't do both. Sad. Okay, so I was trying to see if there's a way I could use Crushing Blow to just do 3 damage, but I can't. So we're going to discard these 3 cards to play Dropkick. We're going to target the boss, deal him 4 damage, and stun him.
And is that an attack card?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So I could use this.
Yeah, but you also draw a card, I believe, off of that.
If you pay for this using only fist resources, did I do that? I did do that. I can draw a card. Okay.
And now you could just.
And now I can discard this to Yarnborn to deal an extra 2 damage.
So you can start removing these stuff.
Yeah, that's fine. I think that's perfect. All right, and I'm dealing.
You might even want to pitch this one to get rid of that tough as well.
Can you do it multiple times on the same attack?
Yeah, it's a response.
Okay, that's fine.
It's the same as.
I guess it doesn't say once per attack.
It's the same as chasing down.
Yeah. Okay. And then, what was I doing? 4 damage. So take this away.
At 8. Or at 6.
Mm-hmm.
And the villains have multiple stages, so even if we get him down that 8, he goes to another side.
Yeah, he goes to a new side. Too. Yeah. All right, so that was my whole turn. I have no cards to discard. I'm done.
Oh, I forgot about my...
No.
Yeah. Oh, no, you're right. I did not forget.
You only just flipped.
I just flipped because of my obligation. Yeah. I did not forget. Okay,
you did not forget.
All right, my turn.
Yep.
So my turn is pretty simple. I can't even come up to heal.
Nope.
I'm kind of stuck on this side.
Yep.
Which is whatever. It's not the end of the world. I think what I'm going to do, honestly, I'm just going to get Interrogation Room into play, and I'm going to get Downtime into play. Just going to get 2 cards into play.
Okay.
And then I'm going to exhaust Beat Cop to take 1 and put it here. And that's my turn.
Yeah. All right.
And this time I'm on this side, so I'm going to draw 6. Oh, that's good. Okay.
This is going to hurt.
Well, he's stunned, so he's not charged.
Oh, I guess that's true. Okay. Okay, so the villain phase begins. We put 2 threat.
Yep, and I will use my object ability to only put 1 threat there.
Mm-hmm. Then he's going to attack me, but he's stunned.
Yep.
Which is super nice, so that charge isn't going off yet.
Yeah.
Then Ronan is going to attack me.
Mm-hmm.
For 3.
You could defend against it. Oh, no, but you have a Hulk Smash you want to use.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll help you kill Ronan, yeah.
Yeah, if I can, I'd like to use that. So.
What is, you have to pay for it with fists?
Then it gets overkill, but I don't think I really care about overkill because I just want to deal in 10 damage. Yeah.
Yeah, 13, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So that was against me. So now the boss is going to scheme against Jennifer Walters because she's on the alter ego side. So with the scheme, similar to the attacking, they have the base scheme value here. Then you flip a boost card, and that has 0. So only 1.
1. Not bad.
Yeah, that's fine.
This guy's going to scheme, though, because he's in play.
Yep.
So he's going to scheme for 2.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
And that's it.
Encounters. So here's mine. Stampede, of course.
That's really bad.
That's so horrible.
I have no allies.
That's so horrible. Gosh.
That's a bad time for that one card.
That's a really bad time. So what this is going to do, it's going to make him attack me. So it's going to activate the charge.
No, we might have just lost here.
We might have just lost. And it's also going to stun me, meaning my next attack isn't an attack.
Yeah.
This is a really bad time to get stampeded. So I have to defend because otherwise I could die. Because it's base 6.
Yep.
So I have to defend.
Yep.
And then we're flipping a boost card. And it's a 1. So it's a total of 3 plus 3 plus 1 is 7. I'm blocking 3, so I'm taking 4.
And
then this is discarded. And I'm stunned.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. Not good.
Nope.
So that's my card.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Bring the hammer down. When revealed, Ronan the Accuser activates against the player he is engaged with.
Fantastic.
If Ronan the Accuser is not in play, this card gains Surge.
So I'm at 1.
You're at 1. That means activate means he's attacking. Now, minions don't draw encounter cards unless it would, like, say on the card, and hopefully he does not say that.
Oh, gosh, we never read it. I hope not.
When a villain phase begins, he engages toughness, cannot be stunned. Yeah, no?
Yeah, okay.
All right.
I say that would be crazy if he also did a boost card. Because then he might as well just be a villain.
For sure.
All right. Yeah.
So that's the end of the villain phase because we finished all the encounters.
Yeah.
So now the first player passes to me.
Yeah.
And I get to figure out what I'm going to do with my turn, which is not...
I just got wrecked, guys.
Not great.
Wrecked.
So
my plans just changed significantly.
Yeah. Hmm. Like, I want to get this card in play because it's a good card
It's
for
a
me.
very good card. Oh.
I have to heal. That's not even a question. So I'm going to use my basic recovery action. It has a recover 5, but I have downtime, so I recover 7.
Yeah.
So 2, 4, 6, 7. Then I'm going to use my 1 turn to flip up, which is going to deal 2 damage to a dude. I'm going to deal 2 damage to this guy. Then I really want to play this card, but I just can't afford to right now. So I'm going to discard 3 of these cards to play an ally. So you haven't seen this yet. This is an ally. Allies have health just like characters do. That's their health. They have basic attacks and basic thwart actions. The difference with allies is that whenever they complete their attack, they suffer an inconsequential damage, and it's really hard to see, but it's that little icon just below
that little star.
The star below the THW and the ATK. So this one will suffer a damage each time it attacks or thwarts. So they don't live forever, and they have abilities. Now I would love to use her to kill this guy, but unfortunately that's not in the cards. So yeah. I'm gonna exhaust her. She's gonna take 1 damage. Actually, she's gonna remove 2 thwart first.
2 threat.
2 threat. We're gonna use her to thwart. Let's put 1 back. Then after her attack ends, she gets damage.
Yep.
I'm gonna use my beat cop to remove 1 from here, and I put it on here. And then I just have 1 card I can't use.
Okay.
And I'm done.
All right. So I would like to play Unstoppable Force because it will let me ready, which would let me flip and heal.
Cool.
Given that I'm at 1, I think that's very important.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
So I have to discard my Hulk Smash and use the last resource on my enhanced physique.
Sure.
In order to play it. It's an event, so I ready and I draw a card.
Yeah, nice.
Now, I did draw a fist, so I could do the Relentless Assault before he flips since I drew a fist.
That would be helpful if you get rid of him.
Yeah, so we'll spend 2 to play Relentless Assault. It's going to do 5 damage, and because I used a fist resource, it's going to gain a physical resource. It's going to gain overkill onto the villain.
So 2 will go here, and then 3 on the boss.
And then 3 here.
This is going to kill this guy.
Yep.
Which is nice.
Yep. All right, and now I'm going to flip over.
Yep.
And I'm going to recover 4 damage.
Alrighty.
And it's not really worth using his ability because whatever I draw, I just have to discard.
Yep.
Okay. All right. That's all I got. So ready? Drawing 5. Oh, I couldn't Relentless Assault because I was stunned, and that's an attack.
Oh, well, you just get rid of the stun.
So put the guy back.
Good call.
1, 2.
So we forgot she was stunned,
3.
And that card is an attack.
So it just removes this card.
So it just removes the stun. This guy's going to stay in play.
Yeah, so you can see it has that attack header right there.
Yep. Sorry.
But it was probably worth it. Pay 2 to get rid of a stun.
Okay.
Okay.
So threat.
Villain.
So the villain is going to scheme, and it's going to get 2 because there's 1 per player.
All right.
And now the villain's going to attack me. And I think I'm just taking it. So flip it up.
2. So 5
taking
total.
5. 2, 4, and 5.
Yep. And then Sandman.
And then Sandman, I think, is just hitting me for 3. Getting crunched again.
All right. Actually, Ronan also needed to engage with you.
Oh, okay. Because I had the most health, so then
well, because you're the only hero.
I gotta defend this one.
Yeah.
So I take 1.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Then he's scheming against me. So base 1, 0. Just 1.
Okay.
1 threat on the main. Encounter cards.
Oh, Inner Demons.
Oh,
That's
great.
Horrible. You have to flip
I
over.
have to flip over.
And something bad happens.
Thank God I healed. All right, so flip your identity. If you're Hulk, exhaust your hero.
Terrible.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well, no double heals for me.
You still have your encounter card.
I know. I'm tough. All right, that's fine. Get right out of tough status.
Okay.
I was a little worried he was going to attack me.
And then that's it.
That is it. So pass that to me. Okay. Well, let's do a thunderclap. So we're going to use my 3 physical resource to play thunderclap. So it's going to do 3 damage to 3 different enemies. So we'll clear this. Now this did not have attack anywhere in its header here, so that does not trigger Yarnborn. That's an example of something that's dealing damage but is not an attack. All right, then I think
you gotta play the card that readies you, right?
Yeah, we gotta. So we're gonna use another one of these Limitless Strengths to play this Unstoppable Force again to ready me. And I can draw a card because I paid for it with all fist resources. Okay. Then I can attack.
No, you thought you wanted to heal.
I can't. I got flipped.
Not this turn. You started the turn like that. You can flip.
Oh,
now.
that's true. Okay, that's true. That's true. So I can flip over now, and I can heal 4. 1, 2, 3. Come on. 4. And then I can use my cycle ability.
Yep. And get rid of the combat training.
Yep.
Okay.
And honestly, I don't think I want this in my hand because A, it's not fist, and B, I'm gonna Hulk smash and not play it in Avengers Mansion. So, all right, that's it. It's my whole turn.
Yeah. So at the end of your turn, we haven't covered this, but at the end of your player turn, you can discard any cards you want in your hand before you draw up. So that's why she said she didn't want to have it.
Yep. It's not that often that comes into play, but that was a situation where I knew I wasn't going to play a 4-cost card and a 3-cost card.
Oh, I didn't even go.
Oh, no, you didn't. That's fair.
Like, I have a whole bunch of grip full of cards here.
Yeah.
So, and actually, I got an okay. It's not great, but we're gonna play Quake.
Okay.
And it's really all I can play. So I'm going to thwart for 2.
Yeah. Honestly, Quake might have to thwart too because I'm staying on this side.
Take 2 off
obviously.
here. And then I'm going to beat cop. One of these. And I think...
I mean, you can't have her just pinging him. That's not horrible.
Yeah. We're going to attack for 2 here.
And then she takes 1?
And she takes 1. And then I have to flip over.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
I don't have a choice.
Okay, then maybe she should have thwarted.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
We're either going to lose here or we're going to get through. It is what it is.
That one can make a difference, though.
Yep. So at the end of my turn, I'm actually probably going to...
I mean, do you have to flip? You have 2 allies in play that both have 1 health left.
Yeah, but like, I think it's just best to flip here. and suffer with the scheming. He's at 4 of 14. He would have to get 10.
Yeah.
3, 6, 9.
I mean, it's possible. You were putting 4 on it. Or putting 2 on it as soon as we
But I
start.
also have this.
Okay, so it's going to be at 5. It's going to be a
putting 1
minimum
on it.
2, so 7.
YOLO it.
All right.
All right, ready?
Yep.
So we're readying all of our cards.
Yeah.
I need to draw.
Oh, I got my lab.
Okay. If we can get through this turn, we might be okay.
It's possible.
All right, so now
Threat.
we're both alter ego side.
Mm-hmm. So put threat on there.
So we're going to put 1 threat on there because I'm going to use my object ability.
Yeah.
And then he is going to just scheme.
Yep.
1,
So 2.
2. Okay. Is scheme against me.
2. So
Okay.
that's 3.
So that's 3. So
And
I'm going to put a
then-
5 on here and take 2 back.
And then another 3
And
from
then 3
Ronan.
from Ronan. Okay.
So what are we at?
So,
6 plus 7 is 13 of 14.
no. 6.
Yeah. 10, 13 of 14.
Yep, 13. You said 14.
I said 13 of 14.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're 1 away.
1 away.
See what
So
happens.
if we flip a card in here.
Also, when this happens, I'm gonna
Oh, sure.
damage him.
Yeah, that's fine.
She has an ability when a dude schemes, she can shock him,
Yep. Quake them.
quake him. That's right. All right, and now we gotta hope to get lucky here.
Yeah, we need something that doesn't scheme here.
Yep.
Assault. Surge.
Okay. Darn it. Advance.
We lost.
We lost. Yeah, so we could have. What she was trying to warn me is that could happen.
Yeah.
And I realized that could happen, but I was also so damaged, and I really wanted to try to get into a turn where when we flip up, we had allies to take attacks. So I was kind of just risking the biscuit there, and
Did not pay off.
it did not pay off. I guess I could have checked to see how many advances were in here. We know how many copies of this one card is that would cause it to advance. I thought we had already used one. But actually we had 2 of them still in.
So
There's
that
2
was
live.
very good. Good
So,
odds that
good
in
odds that we would have.
that size deck we would have drawn.
Yeah. We were only drawing 2 cards, but
That's
still.
true.
I mean,
But still,
yeah, we lost. I think these decks are not very good,
I agree.
personally.
Yeah.
I think actually this deck is actually okay. The beat cop and everything was because I was also thinking my next turn I was going to beat
Yeah.
cop.
I think Hulk is just
2 beat cops
Yeah, that's crazy.
with like just removing 2 threat a turn.
Yeah, for sure. Hulk just feels a little clunky, as I kind of expected.
Yeah, we've never played him before,
So we're still learning how to build his decks.
yeah. Honestly, how to play him, like
Yeah.
one thing about this game is there's definitely all kinds of different lines of play. Mm-hmm. Also, this Ronan the Accuser stuff.
Oh my gosh, he is ridiculously
This stuff-
hard.
This is like next level power.
Yeah, that guy's crazy.
You put this in any deck, and then the
Oh my
challenge
gosh.
is so much harder. I mean,
Yeah, but that's kind of a perfect example of this is a special encounter set that FFG released in digital copy that you could just print and put into
free.
your decks
Yep.
for free. So that's an encounter set of 5 or 6 cards that we added into the villain deck. So now we're fighting Ronan potentially as well as Rhino. So there's encounter cards for MODOK. There's encounter cards for like Green Goblin
There's, like,
minions.
10 or-
Yeah, there's a lot. There's the Masters of Evil. There's tons of different encounter sets that make the game experience feel very different because you're having to deal with different things that
Yeah.
are coming out of the villain
I
deck.
think if you wanted to beat every villain in the game with just a single hero, I think
In
there's
solo
something
mode,
like,
you mean?
huh?
Like if you played solo mode, you mean?
Yeah, if you played by yourself, or it doesn't matter, if you played by yourself or you play with a friend, if you just wanted to take a hero and play every permutation of every villain that's possible, every different villain permutation. I think it's something like 90 different possibilities.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So you could play one character 90 times before you're playing the identical situation.
Yeah, and there's a dozen heroes at this point. Pretty close.
Yeah, and maybe more. Because you have the 5 in the main box, and then you have Captain America, Miss Marvel, Thor, Black Widow, and Doctor Strange, and Hulk.
Strange. So 11.
11 heroes. And then in September, 1 month from now, we're getting a new expansion called Rise of the Red Skull, which is going to double the amount of content from the core box.
Yeah, which is insanity.
You're gonna get 2 new heroes only, so you're doubling the villain content, which is insane.
Yeah, and honestly,
that's the only downside is there has not been a ton of different villains.
Yeah.
So you're fighting the same villains often, but now we're gonna go from a 6 villain. We're getting 5. We're getting 5 new villains.
Yeah, we're doubling the number of villains that are in the game.
And then the first expansion pack after that is the Kang villain. So you're gonna get 6. You're gonna double your villain pool before you get another hero.
Yeah.
Well, you'll get the 2 heroes in the box.
That's true. Yeah.
You're still doubling the villain pool,
which is huge.
That's gonna be again another, and the box is gonna be story mode. So you'll have the option to do what we just did, which is there was no story involved. There was just playing a game. But then there's going to be almost like a campaign where you're going to play against a certain set of villains, make decisions, which will lead to other things.
Yeah.
And then will lead to special upgrade cards that you can put in your deck that you only get if you unlock and beat certain villains. So like certain allies and upgrades and special abilities. So your deck gets stronger as you level up through these things. So it's very cool. And that is going to be, I think, an added dimension to the game of having a story-based campaign for the characters.
I agree. I think it'll be really cool.
I love the game. Winning or losing, it's still
a good time. It didn't feel as horrible as getting wrecked by Ultron.
No. I mean, again, like you saw, I gambled there. I wanted to see if we could
sneak it out,
get a little greedy, because we didn't have any of our Nemesis cards in the deck yet, so I was banking on, and I knew that we had already flipped. We had him in play, and I knew that we already flipped 2 or 3 of his other cards, so I was thinking, well, maybe we could get lucky and get 1 or 2 1-star pips.
Which we did.
No, we ended up getting we
had a 1 and a 2, I think.
Oh, we got a 1 and a 2, yeah. And then an advance.
Well, sure.
Which we did. It was just the advance that killed us.
Yeah.
If we didn't get the advance, we get through there.
Yeah.
And then we could have cleaned this up, and we would have had allies to do things.
Yeah.
I wanted to take advantage of Quake's ability to put some extra damage on him because he's so big.
Yeah.
We could slowly get rid of him. The worst part about killing that guy is, though,
he just goes in the discard pile and you can draw him again.
Yeah. I think I almost think with that guy you might want to, and honestly with this whole setup, we might want to have 1 aggression and 1 protection.
Maybe. Because Rhino specifically with that charge just wrecks.
Yeah, well, and remember when we beat the last time we beat this on expert mode, we did
expert heroic. We did cap protection, I think.
We did somebody with protection, and it was really good because of the expert defense and all the other. And actually,
honestly, there's even more protection cards that have come out since then because we've had the Doctor Strange.
And it might be interesting. Hulk might be good with protection because it's possible. He has 3 defense.
Yeah, it's possible.
The only downside with Hulk is you can't hold protection cards.
Right.
Because
so he might be terrible.
You have to play all your cards, and then
because you have to just rely on drawing them.
You have to rely on drawing them.
Yeah, that's probably really horrible.
I have no clue, but it'll be interesting to see. And honestly, the best way to learn is to play. So thank you, Bane, and anyone else who joined in and this was watching the stream for the first time. We do this every Friday, so we'll be back. Marvel Fridays at 8:00, and Bane will see you on Sunday for our match on Star Wars TCG.
I guess before we wrap up, we did have a couple of things here. Bane says, yeah, he thinks he's definitely going to go pick it up. I'm glad to see you didn't win. Some of these types of games are too easy. This game is not easy.
Yeah.
You can play it. You can scale it down to be easier.
Yeah, the game is scalable, so there's 4 different difficulties. There's rookie mode, which is honestly for kids. It's that easy.
Yeah.
Then there's standard mode, which is... That's a good place to start when you
when you
first play. Just play standard mode.
Yeah, honestly, when we were first playing, we were losing to standard mode because we were still learning.
We were total noobs.
Yeah.
Once you go through standard mode, you're gonna find the game pretty easy at that point.
Yep.
And then
you can do the level that we did tonight, which is expert mode.
Which expert is how the game was designed to be, the harder mode. Yeah. It is probably the most enjoyable mode in the game.
Agreed.
The villains are, you could use, as you saw, the villains can still beat you. You could still lose. You could still pretty much play any hero. With certain villains in expert mode,
it's harder to win.
You have to at least if you're playing 2 knockoff heroes, like you have to kind of be a little conscious about how the decks work together.
Yeah.
You can't just say, I want to play Hulk and I'm playing aggression. Be damned, whatever you play.
Yeah.
We've learned that. And then there's there's heroic mode, which is
the sadist version.
Yeah. Heroic mode is insanity.
If you want to see the sadist version, we've got a couple of our heroic videos posted on our YouTube channel. Yeah. You can go watch us get wrecked.
It is great. It is an incredible challenge to beat anything on heroic mode. You'll spend many attempts just milling through, trying to find the best decks and
the best
trying
combinations.
Not to get unlucky. And
yeah.
We beat everything on heroic except for the Wrecking Crew, only because we just haven't attempted
chaos.
it.
Yeah,
it's fine. I actually don't think it's that hard. Yeah. I think we would do it pretty easily.
Yeah. The difference with heroic is that, as you saw when we were in the villain phase, the last part of the villain phase is when we deal and resolve the encounter cards, 1 per each player. With heroic, you do
an extra card.
So with heroic 1, you do 1 extra card. Heroic 2, you do 2 extra cards.
Yeah, so heroic scales to whatever you want. You could do heroic 5.
Yeah.
We were actually trying. I don't know if we ever even attempted. We might have attempted it a couple times. We were trying to do
heroic 3.
Rhino on heroic 3.
Yeah.
And it was ridiculously hard. And we just.
We
never even went back to it.
Yeah, I think we only did maybe 3
2 or 3 tries.
Yeah, 2 or 3 tries, and we're like, yeah, it's not worth all the effort.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's just scales and difficulty in that respect as well.
It's crazy how much more difficult it is with those heroic modes.
Oh my gosh, it's insane.
I mean, heroic, like regular Ultron on expert, is still hard. You could still lose.
Oh, for sure.
It's happened to us. You could still just lose randomly if you're not paying attention.
Watch our last heroic Ultron video where we played for 3.5 hours, got the boss down to like 12 health, and then died.
Yeah, when we should have won, but we were getting impatient. So
because it was almost midnight.
Yeah.
Bane also asked if there's any favorite expansion packs.
Honestly, Captain America is probably the most favorite expansion pack
for you.
And I'm saying in general.
Oh.
Like the 2 favorite expansion packs would probably be Captain America and Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange for sure.
Yeah, Doctor Strange is probably the most
hotness.
Powerful character in the game right now.
Yeah.
We I don't know if we've ever featured him on stream, but he's
I don't think we have yet, actually.
He's very good. He does have a weakness, but his weakness is
minions.
Yeah, his weakness is
he can't take lots of little attacks.
Yeah.
Or he has a hard time dealing small amounts of damage to multiple targets.
Yeah, he doesn't have any AoE capability, really. But it doesn't matter.
He's so
in
good.
In a 2-player game, you pair him with anybody.
Yeah, he's very good.
And it gets a lot easier.
Yeah.
But again,
and then honestly, any heroes that you just enjoy, all of the decks, honestly, like all the hero decks, are super thematic. Like the designers have done a fantastic job of making the heroes feel like the heroes. Their abilities, the way they function, their lines of play, it feels like that character. I mean, Hulk is very linear. He smashes stuff and attacks things. That's what Hulk does. I mean, it's...
And he's super tough. He's got like 3 defense.
Tons of health, yeah, lots of defense, yeah. So, I mean, it just makes perfect sense for that character. And honestly, you can say that for every single hero
Yeah, I mean,
pack.
like the She-Hulk, she's a lawyer. Jennifer Walters, she's a lawyer.
Yeah.
All of her cards are about her legal practice, and she's using her legal practice to thwart bad guys from scheming. Makes perfect sense.
Yep.
And then on her She-Hulk side, she smashes things.
Yep.
Just like
makes sense.
like Hulk does. So and yeah, Iron Man, you have to build the Iron Man suit, which is super awesome.
Yep. Cap has his shield. He has all these different abilities using his shield. Yep. Thor obviously uses Mjolnir. He can call his hammer to him and do lots of fun stuff. Just swinging his hammer around.
He's also about wrecking minions as well.
Oh yeah.
And then there's they're just honestly they're all super.
They're all great. So if there's a hero you enjoy, just as a character. Pick it up.
And like I said, every little expansion pack, even if you just get if you're buying it just for the hero, there is usually one card for each additional aspect in the deck. So basically, you get a prefix deck, and then after that, there's going to be one card for the other aspects that are not featured in the deck. So when you buy a deck, like the Hulk pack came with an aggression deck.
Shocking.
So in addition to that whole deck, then there'll be a leadership card,
a justice
card,
and a protection card,
and a basic card.
Yeah.
And if it's a non-unique card, you get 3 copies of it. You get a playset. If it's unique, you just get 1 copy. Which I've never found a reason to buy multiples of anything in this game. I've only bought 1 of every product. I've never needed to buy 2 of any product. Playing 2 people, there's never a need to buy more. If you're playing with... Because the uniques are unique per player. So like,
correct.
I can't have a Quinjet in play, and she could have a Quinjet in play. Right. It doesn't work. So it doesn't really make sense for both players to even play it, just to hope that one of you draws it.
Yeah, and honestly,
you go through your deck so fast, you're going to see it every game.
Yeah, you could easily work within the constraints of a singular piece of every product that's released and go all the way up to 4 players, because each player can play a different trait.
Yep.
And you should be able to be just fine.
Yeah, I mean, often when our friends come over to play, and we play in the foursome groups, we just use one player's set of cards. Everyone brings their own cards, but we end up just using one player's set of cards. Yeah. Because
all of our stuff is sleeved.
Everyone's stuff might be sleeved in a different way. And there's really no need for anyone to bring their own stuff. So usually when people come over, they don't even bring their stuff. Yeah. They just we just play with what we have here. Yeah. So.
But hopefully that answered some of your questions. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to just drop comments in our YouTube channel on the videos there. We do check those every day and respond. So thank you so much for joining us today. Hopefully this was a good instructional walkthrough on how to play Marvel Champions, and a nice little introduction to brand new Hulk, brand new today.
Yeah,
nice release.
I need to play Hulk about 50 times.
Yeah, to figure him out. Yeah. All right, thanks everybody.